Hey, my truth seekers, how are you guys doing? I mean, you guys are on time. Hey, what's up, country girl, Queena? And I see Miss Wu is in the house. How are you guys doing? Hope you all are doing great today. I see country girls say happy sweet Saturday. Yes, indeed. And I needed that sweet Saturday, calling for them days, especially seeing all the stuff that is going on out there when it comes to Maurice getting arrested, which we're going to talk about that as well. And Miss Wu is in the house, says, good evening, Lady D and chat. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, my good minds. Look, I'm going to have to go ahead and give y'all guys a good gift, man, because I thank you all for your support. And Country Girl, look, I don't know if you want me to shout your name out, but girl, I just love that flower that you had sent me. And it just, I mean, it just made my day, especially when it says keep speaking facts. And when you go against the grain, you know exactly how things is. So thank you for that special gift, for sending it to me. Keep speaking facts. I mean, that means a lot. And guys, thank you for coming in. Like I say, early birds gets the worm. And trust me, it's not going to go unnoticed. Believe it or not, it's not going to go unnoticed. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support, guys. And I promise you, like I said, you bless me, I will bless you as well. Okay, so thank you for your support. Country Girl says that I see one of the Scott brothers was arrested. Yes, I want to go ahead and talk about it. I mean, I had everything all set, my live. I wanted to go ahead and talk about Porsha Williams. What she's doing is squatting in Simon's house. And all of a sudden, I get an email and I saw all the bloggers, talking about Maurice getting arrested. So let me see if I can go ahead and put this up right here. I mean, Maurice Scott, Maurice Jefferson Scott, getting arrested for DUI. And when I saw that, I mean, it's just, I mean, I couldn't take it. And also when I saw the content creator saying, DUI is very serious and we're not going to laugh about it, but yet they start laughing about it. Make it make sense. It just don't make sense at all. I see my girls in the house, Starbucks lover. She says, welcome everyone to Real Talk with Lady D. Hey Star, how are you doing? Also, Miss Wu says, I enjoy your channel. I pray it continue. I know you do, Miss Wu. Thank you very, very much. Like I said, I know when I have very good supporters, thank you very, very much. She said, I enjoy your channel. I pray it continue to grow. More people need to hear the truth. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. But you know how that is. Most people they love their ears to be tickled. If it's not about drama, then they don't want to hear it. But I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Maurice. So let me go ahead and read my disclaimer, and then once I read my disclaimer, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Oh, thank you very much, Ms. Wu. Thank you for that 1999 super chat. Thank you very, very much. And I pray that it falls on good grounds, unlimited, shaking it together, that everything that you touch, let it prosper. Thank you very, very much. I mean, guys, you guys are good. I thank you very, very much. And like I said there and say, nothing, go unnoticed. So I just thank you for that super chat. Thank you. Even, just thank you, just even being here. I thank you guys, So it's a blessing. Country Girl says, thank you for that super chat. Yes, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, guys. Bless you, bless you. Um, Starbucks said, please hit the like button as you make your way in. Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you very, very much. Thank you for the generous gift, guys. Like I said, I just thank you all for your support. Thank you all for just being here because, it may look like it's easy, but it's not easy, especially when you go against the grain. Okay. And also we need, strong people in here because, like I said, even though we talk about these reality shows, but these people, it's like some of them, it just take it to a very low level. So we need people that's, going to sit there and see straight through all this right here. So let me go ahead and read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So before I go on and talk about Porsha Williams, man, I should just came on, like I said, at 2 o'clock. I think it was 11 o'clock. Then I went ahead and I changed it to 5, because I was pumped up, ready to go ahead and talk about Porsha, how she's squatting in Simon's house. And also, like I said, karma, karma gonna always know your address. So we're gonna talk about that Porsha with her legal woes. But also let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Maurice Jefferson Scott. And when I saw that news, I mean, oh my God, it was just so sad. And just to see something like this, and knowing that he's a good person, and how these content creators, especially these melanuts, they gloat over stuff like this. And what really was shocking, when they came out and said, oh, we're not gonna laugh, but one of them, like I say, they ain't nothing but trolls, nothing but thugs, computer thugs that hide behind the computer. Half of them, just like I said before, don't have a pot to pee in and a window to throw up out of, don't even have a key to turn their own doorknob, and we already know how the one that's doing the most, because it's already, was shown that she really didn't even have nothing. That's why she left her husband, or her, not even a husband, because ain't nobody gonna marry that mess. Sit there and did what they needed to do to her, and threw her back to her parents' house. Don't even have a key to sit there and turn her own knob. I remember when it was showed a picture of where she was staying. At first looked like it was staying in Section 8. And I'm not against anyone that's on Section 8, but I do believe that if you are a grown woman, no way in the world that you should be on Section 8 no longer than 2 years. If you on Section 8 longer than 2 years, then yes, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. But when it was showing that little nasty apartment that she was living in, looked like she was living by a dumpster, just to sit there and move to a parent's house in that nasty daggone mattress. Don't get me started. Like I said there and say, these people, what I think that Maurice and all the ones that's a part of Love and Marriage in Huntsville, what I think that they should sit there and just take their gloves off and sit there and start flushing these people out, because they computer thugs. They're not gonna ever show themselves. You're not going to ever see them. And if you do see them, I promise you, they look a hot mess. When I was their age, trust me, I had it going on, had my own business, doing good. I mean, living large, okay? But these little bottom feeders, that's all they are. They just, I mean, when she showed her face, her hair was all greasy, and she might as well have sat there and just take that hair and braid it, or do something with it. But like I said there and say, I'm not going to let these people, just bring us in a very, very dark place just because they dark. But who in the heck that tell me right now, who in the heck that that's going to gloat over someone else's demise? Let me tell you how my God worked. I'm going to tell you exactly how my God worked. I don't know how your God worked, but I know how my God worked. All he's seeing is how you handling other people's demise, because all he's doing is piling up all your dirt, and sooner or later then you're going to be exposed. That's just how, when they was doing misbehaving, how they talked about her child. So in a minute, when they talked about her child, what had happened? Like I say, God don't play when you mess with his children. This is nothing to gloat about. This is nothing to laugh. And then you want to sit in your parents' house, like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. You want to sit there in your parents' house. You got enough time on your hand because you ain't paying no bills. And if you paying bills, you ain't paying that much, because you're squatting at your daggone parents' house. So I could sit there and be on the computer all day myself if I ain't got nothing to show for. But Lord have mercy. Like I said, It is just so sad. They just don't know how to separate these people personal life. And I was just praying, and I was asking the Most High God to show me what's really going on. Most of these people that's hiding behind the computer, some of them, like I said, they are getting their information because they are getting it exactly from the source. Some of these people are working at these jobs. Most likely, some of them are working at the police station or working somewhere, or in the courthouse, or getting information. And what I think that Martell and every last one of them on that cast need to do, find out where these people getting all this information. Even though I know that is on all you have to Google and you're going to see some of that information. But still of all, for these people to sit there and get all this information, they got to sit there and know somebody that's sitting there working where they are doxing these people. And that's exactly how they getting that information. Because I saw in the spirit, I sat there and say, what most likely had happened, because I saw where they said Maurice, he was arrested around 12 o'clock p.m., which that's in a noonday. So most likely, he probably had a good time that night and he went ahead and he slept it off. And, most likely he probably had some of that alcohol in his system. But then again, these melanuts are stalking these people, and you never know. They probably was there sitting there, called the police on Maurice and had the police to go and follow them. And that's just my opinion. Okay, like I said there and say, that is my opinion. That's how I see it. But like I say, nothing good is going to come out of this, because what the Most High God is doing, he's giving you guys enough rope to sit there and hang yourself. And that's real talk. So just keep sitting there and throwing dirt on people and see how it's going to backfire, because what goes up must comes down. It must come down. You never win when you play dirty. Never, never win when you play dirty. But it is just so sad. It's so sad. And then the thing about it, they want to say, oh, everybody got a arrest record, except Miss Buddy. Only reason why Miss Buddy didn't get a arrest record, because Martell spared her, because she wouldn't have had a misdemeanor. She would have had a first degree felony. She would have had a first degree felony. So I don't know why you guys are gloating. And like I said, Martell still can file charges on her because the statute limitation has not ran out. You got up to 5 to 10 years when it comes to the state of Alabama. Like I said there and say, keep gloating. Keep hiding behind your computers, because you're not going to come from behind it. Because like I said there and say, you guys are ugly in the outside and ugly in the inside. I'm 58 years old and still look better than some of you guys. You guys look like y'all had a hard life. And I don't talk about nobody appearance, but it's sad when a person is ugly on the outside and ugly in the inside. One of them finally showing a face with that messed up wig. You need to take that cheap wig off of your head. It's too hot to be wearing a lace front. And then it's a cheap one at that. Can't even see the part. If you can't even see a part, and I've been a cosmetologist for almost 40 years, I know exactly how a good lace front's supposed to look. If you got that cheap lace front and you cannot see the part, you might as well take it off. But yet you want to sit there and you want to talk about Ariane. Ariane living better than some of you guys. Way better than some of you guys. Show your life. Show how you living. And like I said, I don't sit there and look down on nobody's humble beginning. But still of all, if I ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw out of, I'm not going to talk about nobody. Show us what you working with. Stop hiding behind the computer. Stop acting like bottle feeders. This is sad, guys. How you sitting there want to put your foot on people, especially our people. Make it make sense. Like I said there and say, we all make stupid mistakes. None of us have arrived. Each and every day, we can walk out and something gonna happen. Ain't none of us got it all together. And if you think you got it all together, boo boo, then you better check yourself because we all fall short. Things happens. It's called life. And like I said, we all make stupid mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. But we don't sit there and gloat and laugh. And then this bottom feeder ain't got nothing to show for. Show that dirty mattress. My God. Show that dirty mattress and then got the audacity to laugh. Girl, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Because if I was Martell, trust me, just like one of them content creators tried to come for me, try to dox me. Try to dox me. And I promise you, I won't handle it lightly. I won't handle it lightly at all. I promise you, you'll be hearing from my attorney. And that's real talk. But it's sad when we sitting there gloating and then we wants to get Becky on our platform to help you push this mess. Make it make sense, guys. This is a reality show. Learn to separate yourself from these people's personal life. My God. That's why I sit there and say what Carlos King needs to do. Carlos King need to just go ahead and just give this show a rest so we can sit there and just wean out these crazy overzealous fans. This is messed up, guys. This is messed up when we sitting there laughing and gloating over someone else's demise. Make it make sense. Simona Blunt says it seems like they keep up with everything they do in their personal life because they stalkers. These people stalkers, they bottom feeders. Long as they can sit there and get away smearing people, then they're going to go ahead and do it. That's why I sit there and say what Maurice and the rest of the cast need to do. They already know how these people work. Then start sitting there suing these people and don't let up off of them. These people are demonic. These people are wicked. It's sad. It's very sad, guys. Very sad for people to sit there and laugh and sit there and try to, you know, I mean, really sit there and smear people. My God, make it make sense. You don't even have the entire facts. You don't know what's going on. I see in the spirit what happened that what happened was he wherever he was, he went and slept it off, got in his car, and then that's how he still had some of that in his system. That's why I say a misdemeanor. Oh my God. Things happen. Do I wish that he would have stayed out and called his Uber or his brothers or called his wife? Yes. Yes. But still of all, this is nothing to sit there and gloat and laugh on. Make it make sense. You guys are some miserable, depressing trolls. It's sad. It's so sad. But I just hope that Maurice, what he do is he flush you guys out, make you show your real self, and don't let on them because these people are very crazy. And Tanya say a DUI is not a DWI. Now I don't know the difference between a DUI, not a DWI. I don't know what a DWI. I don't know what that means. Oh, driving. I guess I don't know what that means because I really don't drink myself. But let's see what a DWI is. If you can tell me what a DWI, because I know what a DUI is. I don't know what a DW. That's the first time I ever heard that. Let me see what a DWI is. Because I never heard of a DWI. She said DWI. A DWI is driving while intoxicated, refer only to intoxication by alcohol. So a DWI is driving while intoxicated, refer only to intoxication by alcohol. So what do Maurice have? Maurice have I think Maurice have a DUI, right? I can't see it. Let me see what Maurice have because I can't see it. Can't see it on the screen. Maurice have driving under the influence. So that's a D. That's a DUI. Yes, that's a DUI. Let me see. Driving while intoxicated refer only to intoxication by alcohol. A DUI is driving under the influence. So he was driving. So he wasn't driving under the influence. He was driving while intoxicated. I didn't know the difference. This is my first time ever heard this right here. You know, a DWI versus a DUI. A DWI is more severe. Oh, as is often has to be accompanied by a test to prove it is no uncertain term that the driver was intoxicated. So, I don't know, guys. T Jones says it's the same thing. So, hey T, how are you doing? Man, I came on. I wanted to go ahead and talk about Porsha because Porsha is, she's squatting in this man's house, which I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that. But I just wanted to share this because when I had got the email was sent to me, I went ahead and I watched it, but I also had saw the other one where she was laughing. Now the other one had said, "Well, we're not going to laugh because DUI, that's very serious." But yet, in the same breath, you're getting people on there laughing, and you're still sitting there and making making fun of it. It's like I say, these people are very demonic, man. Very, very demonic. T Jones says, good honey. Hey everyone. He wasn't legally. What do you mean, Tanya? He wasn't legally. So elaborate a little bit more so I can understand what you are saying. But it's very horrible. And the thing about it, like I sit there and say, when one of my brothers or my sisters hurt, I'm not gonna sit there and just put my foot on their neck. When my brother is hurting, then I should hurt. When my sister is hurting, I should hurt. And that's the difference between how the palm people take care of their people. You're not going to hear anything about it, but you're going to allow these jokers to come into your space and tell you how to handle your people. Make it make sense. They're not going to treat their people like that. They got a lot of dirt that they can clean up right there within their own space, but they're going to come in your space and tell you how to handle your own people. But like I said, I know how the Most High God worked. You can't tell me how the Most High God worked because I tried him for myself. Keep talking about people. It may not happen to you, but it can happen to somebody next to you. All you're doing is putting holes all in your income. All you're doing is causing curses to happen all in your house. Oh my God. Ain't nothing good is going to come out of this. Nothing. Not at all. Not at all. But it's just so sad. It's so sad how people could sit there and come on these platforms and allow their goods to be evil spoken of. They're not going to show themselves. I promise you, they're not going to show themselves. I remember when Miss Wanda had said, if you can't show your face, then it's no case, They're not going to show their face because they are stalkers, they are bullies, and they are weirdos. They are very weirdos. People probably don't even have nothing. Nothing. And if they do have something, is that they working with all that information and they sitting there feeding it to these content creators. That's how I see it. Because one thing I know, the Most High God, when he showed me something, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. Half of these people are getting fed because of people sitting there in position is feeding it to them. And that's how I see it. And that's why I think that when it comes to Maurice and Martell, they need to investigate and see how these people are getting all this information and putting it on social media. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. Simona Blunt says these people laughing at Marcel and they still living at home with their mom. Absolutely. I promise you, one of them sat there and showed herself, and I promise you, was on a dirty mattress, a dirty mattress. And if she did had bed sheets, I promise you, you could see straight through those cheap bed sheets. I didn't even see a headboard. I didn't see a headboard. And I remember when someone sat there and showed, where she was living, because they was tired of them picking, was living by a trash can, a trash bin in front of their Section 8 apartments, or wherever they was in the hood. Make it make sense. Tanya said, if I don't understand correctly, he was impaired, but not over the legal limit. And we, like I say, in here, like I said, it's real talk. If we're going to tear it down, we're going to lift back up. But we're not going to sit there and act like these silly sheeps. We're not going to act like them. If we see our brothers or our sisters down, we running to them. I don't care who they are. We're going to run to them. Because like I said, we all deserve God's amazing grace. We're not going to run behind the 99. We're going after that one, because when he hurt or she hurt, we all should hurt. If I got a hangnail and I tell you right now, my hangnail is hurting, then you say, I'm hurting too. But we don't have that loyalty. We don't have that type of unity. But I promise you, the other ones, these palm people, they do. They'll sit there and feed all this garbage into you, but they ain't going to do that to their own people. I never saw this in my life. I must be living a sheltered life, because I never saw people so vicious in my life. And I'm 58 years old, never saw vicious people like that's evil. But God said, then say, look at them. They're not going to show their face. Because if they show their face, then you're going to know who the real people are. They're not going to show. They are wolves in sheep clothing, hiding behind a computer. They'll never show their face unless you flush them out. And once you flush them out, then you're going to see the real demons. The real demons. Flush them out, guys. It's sad, man. I mean, they make this show where nobody want to even watch this show no more. It's sad how you sat there and you thinking. And then the thing about it, oh, God don't play with his people. And in the same breath, cursing and mocking and putting their foot on people. Oh, God don't say it. Then quote scriptures. That's why I sat there and say, you're going to know them by the fruit that they bear. Because one thing that we know when it comes to the Most High God, God is not the author of confusion, but of love, peace, and of a sound mind. What you see is not the act of God, but the act of a devil. I talk about it all the time. The devil knows exactly how to quote scriptures as well. He quoted it to Adam and Eve. He quoted it to Jesus. You could put a big hole in the Bible and the devil would tell you exactly what words are missing. That's why I sit there and say, cheek and tongue will say anything, but God don't look at what comes out of the man's mouth, but he searches the man's heart. And these people, their heart are very dark. Because no way in the world, when I see my sisters or my brothers falling, nowhere in the world I'm going to sit there and I'm going to take my foot and just press it and try to snap their neck off. No way, because today is them. Tomorrow it could be you. And when it's you, you may not be able to handle it. That's why I sit there and say, even if I got to have 3 or 4 people in here, I remember people say, oh, you just got a small channel. I'd rather have a small channel, small faithful people than have a bunch of daggone wolves in sheep clothing. We got peace over here. We could sleep at night over here because we not up all night plotting and trying to set traps and snares to see our brothers or our sisters fall. We don't do stuff like that in here. We don't have that type of people in here. And when we get them in here, trust me, the anointing is so thick in here, they got to go. They can't stand this. Because like I said, we're not here to sit there and just only tear down. We're going to build back up. If we see it, we're going to call it like it is, and we're going to move on. But we're not going to sit there and constantly gloating over someone else's demise. We don't do that in here. We don't do that in here. Tanya says, if I understand correctly, I read that one. Tanya also says that you can drink 2 beers and be under the influence. Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure that God going to vindicate him. I truly believe that the Most High God is going to vindicate him. Simona said that they laughing at Maurice and using his misfortune as content to belittle him. It's not right. All behind a reality TV show. That's sad. That's sad. And then the thing about it, they are laughing. But God said that, say, don't worry about them. God said, don't worry about them. Because what I'm doing is I'm just piling up all their sins, all their karma. And when it hit them so hard, they won't even know how to handle it. They wouldn't know what hit them. So let them keep gloating. All for a person that they don't even know. A person that will see their butts on fire walking down the street and wouldn't even pee on your tail to put it out. Will look at you like the scum at the bottom of her red bottoms. But yet you fighting so hard for people you don't even know. Finally sitting there giving you discounts. Most likely the prices is still the same. And so in a minute when she finally tried to give something out, recently started doing that, you thinking is a big deal. All the while she was sitting there getting you guys to sit there and buy all of her products. You guys being used, they don't even know that you are being used. But you're going to be accountable for all that. And that's real talk. You're going to be accountable for it. Country Girl says, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks in advance. But I just had to share this right here. I just had to talk about it. I was coming on to talk about, some of the stuff that, is going on when it comes to Porsha. And like I said, you air it out, you free game. You never win when you play dirty. What goes around, come around. And all the stuff that you see that Porsha is going through, like I said, you're going to reap the harvest. Whatever you put out there in the atmosphere, it's going to come back. We talked about all that. Karma knows your address. One thing about karma, and I'm not even too keen of karma because I believe in the Most High God. But like I said, what goes around, come around. You never win when you play dirty. Never win when you play dirty. Because we already know how everything played out when it came to Porsha. We knew how everything played out. Let's go ahead and play a little. I'm gonna play a little clip. Let me show you this right here.
Understand the damage you did to someone until the same thing is done to you. That's why I am here. Karma.
Karma is real. You can keep doing people dirty and being a complete asshole and think God is going to bless you. It may not be today or tomorrow or next week, but what goes around comes back around. And when that bitch come back for you, it'll be tenfold.
You know what? It comes full circle sometimes.
Porsha,
that is what I'm saying.
Porsha, do you think karma bit you in the butt?
How could I call something so unfortunate to happen to someone who didn't deserve it karma?
Same thing is done to you. That's why I am here.
It comes full circle sometimes.
So of course it's not karma.
Why would I? Which makes sense now.
Do I need to play it again? Do I need to play this again? Like I sat there and say, what goes around come around. You can't think that you can continue going out there and playing dirty and getting over people and you're not going to face the consequences. You're going to reap what you sow. And it might not happen to you. It can happen to someone next to you. So you have to be careful how you out there planting seeds. Because like I said, when it comes to words, words are spells. Words are powerful. Words are sharper than any two-edged sword. So when you out there, you sitting there laughing and gloating and putting your mouth on people, like I said, all you doing is planting seeds. And sooner or later, it's going to be harvest town. It's going to be harvest town. You're going to reap what you sow. You're going to reap what you sow. Do I need to play that clip again? Do you think that Porsha thought that she was going to get away with what she did? We all did some crazy stuff. I know I did. My soul was hanging on the outskirts of hell. But I asked the Most High God for forgiveness. And once I asked God for forgiveness, I never went back. I never looked back. I never even had that taste. But we got some people that still thinking that they can continue getting away with all this and don't face no consequences, no repercussion. That's called a willful sin. Like I say, we all fall short, but we get back up. We don't just stay in our mess. You can't think that you're going to get away with it. The half of the stuff that I did, I didn't get away with it. And when things had happened to me, good things, I sat there and say, Lord, what I'm going through right now, even when God blessed in me, what I'm going through now with my business was going through pure hell. Maybe it was seeds that I had sowed that came back, but I was able to handle it because I thank God that I was able to repent and he didn't catch me when I was in my stinking mess. So I was able to handle it. But what if you sitting there going around tearing up and you sitting there not asking God for forgiveness and turning around, just continue doing dirty deeds? Then you're going to be caught up in your mess. It's going to be just like a dog going back into his vomit. Don't sit there and let the wrath of God catch up with you because you're going to reap what you sow. What goes around, come around. I don't give a care if it happened 10, 20 years. You're going to have to face that. But if your soul is anchored in the Lord, you're going to be able to stand when the winds and the storms and all this come against you. You're going to be able to stand. But you're also going to reap what you sow. You're not going to get away with it, guys. I promise you, you're not going to get away with it. I can't sit there and go around and gloat and laugh. I just can't see that. I live in a very small community. And we never, ever sat there and lived like that. I remember I went to the city with my sister in California, saw homeless people. I started sitting there, say, I can't stand seeing homeless people. I'm giving them money. My sister's just passing them up. Don't give them money. I remember right here in my small town, sitting there, had a 18-wheeler feeding people, feeding communities. Hundreds of people a month. Just to extend a hand, and in the same hand, they tried to chop it off. But I still sat there and forgave them. But I never saw this in my life. I promise you. I never saw this in my life. And this is what city folks do. I don't want to be a part of this. If this is what your God do, I don't want to be a part of your God. Because I know the God that I serve, he say, love and kindness have I drawn thee. He didn't say go around there and put your foot on people. Like I said, even in my on my platform, I'd rather be with two or three, knowing that God is in the midst, than be with a whole bunch of demons, a whole bunch of different spirits. I can't do that, guys. And like I said, you're going to reap what you sow. Because all the stuff that Porsha went out there and did, and not just Porsha. But the difference is how I see it. God uses these type of people. He will put these type of people on display because he already know when it comes to our people, we idolize people that's on TV, celebrities, stars. We idolize these people. But like I said, keep your eyes off of these people because half of these people is not about that life. I say living like the Joneses on the outside, inside living like the Walters, faking until they make it. But the reason why maybe, God got us watching this stuff to show us what not to do. Because we already know when Porsha went into Fallon's home, Fallon invited her. She even admired the home. And then Fallon had made a video. She was on TikTok. I got the clips, but you guys distracted me when, with all this stuff, laughing at this man's demise. How Fallon was saying that she believed that Porsha, and she said allegedly, so I'm gonna say allegedly, that Porsha knew Simon way before Fallon has brought them into the house. I made several videos showing how, Porsha, the slick things that she was doing, showing her behind and how she was excited to go into these people's house and running around with, and flaunting around her husband. Most likely she probably been have known this man. That's why, you have to be careful who you let in your house. You can't let any and everybody in your house. Because once you let them in the house, they just going to sit there and they're going to cause havoc. Okay. Tanya says that, and in Alabama, they can hold you until you are declared sober. That might be why he is not out yet. Oh, so he's still in jail. In Texas, they will hold you at least 12 hours, then let you bond out. Oh, I thought he ran ahead and they bond him out because I saw where it says that his bond was set at $5,000. So if his bond was set at $5,000, that means that he could have made bond. So I don't think that he spent the weekend in jail because first of all, he's an attorney and he's well known around his community. So I think that he would have gotten the judge or some someone to to bond him out. So I'm pretty sure that the judge would have went ahead and signed for him to go ahead and get out. So I don't think that he's going to spend the weekend in jail. My spirit just don't I just don't see it. I see Christella says, "Hey, I'm listening." Hey, Christella, that's my first time hearing seeing Christella. Yes, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, Tolivar. Christella Tolivar. Yes. Hey, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and 9 buys. Tanya says, but he is still in there. Oh, okay. Tanya says he's still in there. Like I said, guys, this is horrible. This is nothing to sit there and poke fun of because these people, like I said, these are, I don't know them from a can of paint. But, I truly believe that these people are some good people. These people are not criminals. These people are not thugs. These people are not just sitting on their computer hiding and spewing up all this hate. I truly believe that these people are setting out, when it comes to Maurice and Kimmy. I believe that, they out there and they doing their business, making it happen. It's just that, like I said, people slip, people fall. But when you see them slipping and falling, you don't sit there and you put your foot on these people's neck. You just don't do that, guys. That's horrible. That's why I sit there and say, when it comes to social media is a beast. I mean, it is a beast. But I just pray that, when it comes to these content creators, that they don't allow your goods to be your goods to be evil spoken of, because you're going to reap the harvest. You're going to get it back. I promise you, you will. And that's real talk. Okay. Country Girl says, thanks everyone so much for hitting the like button. Thank you guys. I got it's showing on here 38 people that's in here. So make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Tanya says that I hope not, jail is not a situation to be laughed at. Absolutely. You don't do that. Who do that? You got to be a very grimy people. I wouldn't even laugh if it was my worst enemy, guys. I promise you. I wouldn't even laugh if it was my worst enemy. No way in the world that I could do that. My girl Bertha is in the house. Bertha Raymond. She says, good afternoon, Lady D and chat. Yeah, but I just couldn't do it. I just don't see, you got to have a very dark soul. I just can't do it. I promise you, I can't do it. I don't give a care who it is. It could be my worst enemy. I would never sit there and gloat and laugh. I couldn't do that. You got to be a very dark soul. And especially when you got children, small children, and you out there spewing all that hate. Don't you know all that toxicity, that spirits, that's a spirit. A spirit is alive. That spirit is going to attach themselves to everything that you attach to. It may look like things is going good and may look like you got a crowd, you got people sitting there, helping, pushing this. Look at this other one, the one that had called Maurice's wife, Kimmy, call her cancer hunter. Look at her. Like I say, and then went back on one of the content creators feeling sorry for herself, because like I said, you're going to reap the harvest. These people are not playing. These people are not playing. Like I said there and say, today is them, but tomorrow it can be you, guys. You just got to be careful, And, we want to sit there and say that we quoting scriptures. Well, what about let he without sin cast the first stone? None of us can cast stones at nobody. We all was once filthy rags. And then the thing about it, they want to say, oh, everybody got arrest records except Miss Buddy. Well, just like I said, Miss Buddy wouldn't be in jail. Miss Buddy would be in prison, because what she committed, that was a felony, a first-degree felony. That was arson. Just like I talked about it yesterday. Martell threatened. Hold on, guys.
Understand the damage you did to someone until the same thing is done to you. That's why I am here. Karma.
Karma is real. You can keep doing people dirty and being a complete asshole and think God is going to bless you. It may not be today or tomorrow or next week, but what goes around comes back around. And when that bitch come back for you, it'll be tenfold.
You know what? It comes full circle sometimes.
Porsha,
That is what I'm saying.
Porsha, do you think karma bit you in the butt?
How could I call something so unfortunate to happen to someone who didn't deserve it karma?
Same thing is done to you. That's why I am here.
Comes full circle sometimes.
So of course it's not karma.
Why would I? Which makes sense now.
But you see, stuff like that, we don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about stuff like that. Like I said, what Melody did, Melody could have been in prison because she came into that man's home and she threw lighter fluid. She had a light torch and wanted to set that house on fire. And yes, just like you guys say, y'all going to continue making aware of what Maurice did. Well, I hope that Maurice sat there and helped Martell beat his case. Because like I said, Melody had chances after chances to go and dismantle these overzealous fans. Many chances. Because these people is unhinged. These people are stalkers. These people are bullies. You can't handle these people with kids' gloves. You can't. You can't handle these people with kid gloves because they just like a snake. Once a snake, always a snake. You let them in, they're going to come back in 7 times worse. So if I was Maurice, help Martell to sit there and win his case. Because like I say, God gives you warning after warnings after warnings before the fall. And what did Miss Buddy do? Miss Buddy sat there, instead of she dismantling this thing, she went and she made a song. She made a video of how she sat there and committed a crime. This is nothing to this is nothing to poke fun. And you guys sitting there saying DUI is nothing poke fun of because people could have got hurt. People could have gotten unalive, which is true. And just like you guys are promoting, DUIs, then Maurice should help Martell sit there and get this some help because she need help as well. And this is not alleged. We saw this. We saw the clips. We saw the clips. How this woman sat there and she did DV on camera through a glass at that man. You don't touch nobody. You don't put your hands on nobody. And it was said that the Fletcher's home was messed up. They didn't show half of how these people tore up the Fletcher's home. And they wondering why Nell said what she said. Nell said what she said because she know a lot of stuff that was going on and it was just not Martell. So like I said, you can't fight evil with evil. Just like you guys want to go around and make sure you bring awareness to what Maurice did. But yet you're going to cover up with all the stuff that is actually going on that is not a misdemeanor, but a first-degree felony. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Bertha says the end of the month holiday weekend, they have quote that have to be met back at the station. Black in America, one thing about Maurice, he won't blame others for it, but take responsibilities. Absolutely. He's not going to sit there and push it on somebody else. He's going to come out, and I believe that, he's going to teach others what not to do. Like I said, when the Most High God gives you a platform, like I said, sometimes he'll give you a platform so you can be able to minister to people because he's not going to put people on a platform that never been through nothing. So now Maurice got a testimony. He got a story. He's not going to take this story and sit there and make it evil spoken of. Most likely he's going to take this and it's going to be a lesson learned. I'm pretty sure it's going to be because these people are not trifling people. He's not going to go and take his DUI and make, poke fun of it, telling people, blame Squatty Dotty and everybody. He ain't going to do that. He gonna take accountability of his actions. And I truly believe that the Most High God does not make mistakes. I truly believe that he gonna take his platform and he going to be able to educate people when it comes to situations like this. I truly believe it. He's not going to sit there and make a song or a video and tell these already trauma bonding women, because it's most like that's all they are, women, bitter, scorned women, and tell them if your man sit there and he cheat on you or he do you wrong, set the house on fire, take a bat, throw a glass at his head, allegedly throw knives in the wall, make his life a living hell. Wow. Wow. T. Jones says that's minor, not like he got caught with absolutely, 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 absolutely. But guys, I got 3 more minutes. But like I said, I truly believe that nothing happened by accident. I believe everything happened for a reason. And this right here, it had to happen. And we might sit there and say, well, why me? I think that even if Maurice is in jail, he probably sat there and say, why me? Knowing that, all this doing is giving these bottom feeders something to talk about. But let them talk. Let them talk, because the ones that's talking, like I said, they don't even have a pot to pee in and a window to throw out of. They don't even have a key to turn their own door, go into their own house, living with their parents. And some of them, like I said there and say, they hiding behind the computer because they are nothing but trolls, and they're not going to show their face because you're going to see who they really are. Some very miserable, lonely, low-lifted people, and wants to sit there and use God's name. God is not a part of that. Ichabod is all in your house. Everything that you touch is going to fall apart because you don't play with God. You don't play with God. When you see your brothers or your sisters fall, pick them up. I don't care what they done. Pick them up. Because he without sin cast the first stone. Who made you the judge, the jury, and the executor? Let these people do their job. That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. But when it comes to this reality show, we need to learn how to separate these people's personal life from a reality show. Stop being so involved in people's life. Sometimes a person will be so invested in other people's life because it deflects from what's going on in their personal life. Your life got to be really, really miserable to worry about people and fight other people's battles that you don't know. Some of you guys might get this by tomorrow, okay? Bertha says, it is me or these women not have any experience with household with strong black men present actually attending to the business of their family, not just present, but active husbands and father. I just don't think that these people, they probably don't even have none of it in their life. And if they do, like I say, they got to be a very miserable people, because nowhere in the world YouTube is paying me that much money. And I don't even care how much money it is. Ain't nowhere in the world that I could just come on each and every day and laugh at someone else's demise. Ain't no way I could do that. You got to be some very, very heartless people to do something like that. No way in the world that I can do it. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. My girl, close me out, country girl. She said, "Misery Love Company." Absolutely. T. Jones says that that he didn't have a storyline. We hear you go. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, he had a storyline. He got one now. And I truly believe that it's going to be a teachable moment. I truly believe that it's going to be a teachable moment. But like I said, guys, is a lot that, especially when it comes to my people. I love my people, and I don't want to see none of my people fall, because I truly believe that our people been through so much. But in order for us to sit there and rise, and for other people to take us serious, then we're gonna have to take our own self serious, and that's real talk. So, guys, country girl don't sit there and close me out. She said, another great live, Lady D. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe, and God bless you all. And thank you, country girl, and also thank you, Miss Woe, thank you for that super chat. Thank you very much. And like I said, I pray that everything falls on good grounds, shaken together, unlimited. And like I said, only what you do for the Most High God is going to last. So, speak blessings, because there's life and death that's in the power of the tongue. And that's real talk. So you all be blessed.